दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं गगनरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Southern Division. We are discussing the Southern Division fourth wave, which is called as the Vyabhicari Bhav, the Vyabhicari Bhav. And in the last 3-4 classes, we are, covered the definition of Vyabhicari Bhav, the 33 Vyabhicari Bhavs. And we are in the examples of the Vyabhichari Bhav from different causes. All the scriptural, first of all, each of the Vyabhichari Bhav definitions have been given, and then there is, different scriptural quotations given. Now, this is, as I mentioned, a vast topic in the Vyabhichari Bhav section of the southern division of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu fourth wave. And many of the verses are devoted. Practically, I can say 60 to 70% of the verses are devoted for the scriptural quotations of Vyabhichari Bhav and the different causes. So up till now, if you remember, we have in the first class itself, I think, started with Nirveda, self-discussed, and then we went to the second one, that is Vishad, despair or remorse. And for various reasons, each of the scriptural quotes are given. And then we went to the third one, Dainya, which is very, very important for us. Dainya, Dukkha Trasa Paradader, Anorjitam tu Dinata, Chatukrin Malinya, Chitanga, Jadimadi, Krit. So we went into Dainya. For each of them, there is scriptural quotation again. And then we went into Mlani. Mlani, we went. All the scriptural quotations are there for Mlani. And then Shrama, fatigue. fatigue also we saw, and then mother. Mother also we saw. Uh, and then this mother is the sixth one. The seventh one was Garva, which we discussed in the last class, if you remember. And especially we discussed about Krishna Karnamrit, Bilva Mangal Thakur, and all others. Then, after discussing Mother, the seventh one, we went to the eighth one, Shanka, apprehension. Apprehension from theft, apprehension from offense. This is the theft is we have seen the Samantak example, Brahmaji's example, Chaurad, and then apprehension in seeing others' cruelty, para krovena from Padhyavali, we saw that, and then tras. Trasa definition was given in the ninth one, and we saw again for various reasons tras is there. Ghora satvena, ugra nivashena. And then the difference between tras and bhaya also we discussed, if you remember. Then aveg, confusion of the mind, if you remember. Aveg, there are 8 types arising from dear things, priya, apriya, anala, wind, air, calamity. All these we discussed, if you remember. Aveg also we have discussed. From seeing one's object of arising, from seeing one's object of affection, hearing about one's object of affection. The wives of the Brahmanas were always eager to see Krishna, and thus, as soon as they heard, they became very excited and went there. We saw this example also. Seeing something detestable, something Mother Yashoda saw in a dream, Putana, and she wailed in loud voice, Kimidam, Kim, Kimidam, Kim. And she was Brahmita. Was Brahmita. And then we saw this also, examples. From fire, we saw. Actually, I don't know where exactly we stopped in the last class. I should have marked it. Somewhere here we have stopped, I remember. Anyone knows where exactly we stopped in the last class? We have discussed this also. Aveg arising from calamity. Anyone knows can just maybe put it in the chat box what was the last point of discussion where we had in the last class. Anyone knows? Shubha ek Kshana Krishna Prabhu ji. अप्रिय दर्शरजो दर्श दर्शरजो where does this come? I think it was slide 130. Yeah, I've not covered this up till now. Okay. Yeah, it is 130. Yes, correct. Chakram Prabhu is correct. It is slide 130. No, Tras and Bhai, we have. Let me find out from the video. Just hold on. I was not able to upload the videos because I was traveling for the last few weeks. So let me go through the. I don't have the videos also. Chakra Ramprabhuji, do you remember exactly which was the discussion?
Not exactly as a priya darsanajo from seeing something detestable is written. A point is from seeing something detestable.
Terror from
From
ferocious beast,
seeing
Vriasura.
something detestable.
This we have completed. Ghora Sat
This we have completed, yes. And after that, I don't remember anything else.
was
My
named
memory is not keeping me.
Frightening Sounds.
From seeing something
Horrifying Howling
detestable.
of the Wolves. Yes, we have completed
A
this.
pers- a priya darsanajo it is, I believe. I might have been spelling wrong. A priya darsanajo, like that it is.
Fear and Trasa we distinguish
That is done. That is a trasha.
uh,
That is a trasha.
Aveg.
We saw the difference between trasa and uh, difference of trasa and fear. And Aveg, you said about the confusion of mind, positive and negative qualities. Both you was it
Aveg
was
from
you.
Gaja. I remember we have covered this. Aveg from Gaja, arising from enemies. Um, अत्र प्रिय दर्शन जो यथा प्रेक्ष
Yes,
वृंदावनपुत्रम
this you have done it. Apriya Darsana, you have done it.
प्रिय दर्शनो स कृष्ण हाँ then प्रिय श्रवणजो
That is also completed. Yes,
yeah this is also completed
it's completed. Yes,
अप्रिय दर्शनजो
yes. After this, you can start.
हाँ पूतना नाय we have covered this very clearly
Yes, yes,
remember
yes, yes,
and अप्रिय श्रवणजो hearing something detestable
yes. From there, you can continue.
ah
You
yes
can
this I have not
restart.
covered yeah
From this, you
okay
can start.
okay so I'll
Thank you,
just
Prabhuji.
recap thank you very much. I'll just start the recording. Okay, I had not paused it only. Fine. So we are in this uh, ninth Vyabhicari Bhav, that is Tras. And Tras is because of the disturbance of the heart from lightning, from loud sound, and all. And what all of the effects, Romancha, quivers, paralysis, one becomes paralyzed, thumb, and all. We saw this. And for each of the things, we saw the examples. And then difference between fear and tras, bhaya and tras. We saw this. And then aveg. Aveg is quite exhaustive as we discussed. We were discussing aveg, confusion of the mind. It's called aveg. And it is eight types, ashtada, arising from dear things, priya, apriya, anala, Marud, Varsha, Utpata, and Gajarjita. Gaja Arita. Gaja Arita. So from these, and these are the eight, you know. And in this, we saw, we have seen Atra Priya Darshanajo. Aveg arising from seeing one's object of affection. Mother Yashoda sees Krishna coming from the forest and she experiences these Vyabhicari bhavs. And then Priya Shravanajo. These are the Yagic Brahmins which we discussed. And then Apriya Darshanajo. Apriya Darshanajo. Oh, you're not able to hear, huh? Is the audio not clear? Hare Krishna. Is the audio not clear? 1 minute. This is desktop. It is clear. Yeah, everyone is saying it is clear, Prabhuji. I think you'll have to check with your settings or your internet connection there. Yeah. So seeing from seeing something detestable, you know, the terrifying sound uh, uh, that Putana, like Mother Yashoda saw in the dream, she wailed, that was one thing. And I explained one of our Maharaj servant, when he had gone to get milk from the jungle, he saw a huge python, and 2 nights he was sleeping, and somebody, the spiritual master, woke him. Sannyasi used to suddenly, out of fear, shout. So that is Apriya Darshanajo. We discussed that. Apriya Shravanajo. So this is where we are going to begin today's discussion. Sorry for that. I will next time make a note of it. निशम्य पुत्रं कृततस्ततान्ते महीजयोर्मध्यगम् ऊर्ध्वनेत्रा आभीररग्नि हृदि सम्भ्रमेण भिन्दाविधेयं न विदाञ्च चकार. Hearing that, Nishamya, Krishna Putram, was situated between two Arjuna trees. Mahijayor Madhyagam. Madhyagam means he is in between the two trees. On the bank of Yamuna, Krit Tatante, Tata Ante. Yashoda, Abhira Ragni. Ragni means, Yashodama. He's called as Ragni. With eyes turned upwards, Urvanetra became struck Bhinda with confusion, Riddhi Sambramene, and could not decide what to do. Videyam na Vidhan Chakar. So this is again confusion because of hearing something, detestable. This incident is also described in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 4, 5, 10, describing Raudra Ras. So when Raudra Ras will be discussed, again Rupa Goswami is going to go give this, you know, the rasa which is manifested is discussed because of the bhav. Prabhupada, when Krishna uprooted the two Arjuna trees and Yashoda heard the sound of the trees crashing down, she became overcome with emotion and simply stared upwards, being too bewildered to know what else to do. This is the emotion. Emotions play a very, very vital role in the, you know, in the life of all people, not only sadhakas. That is one thing we need to understand. Our emotions are what we are. And sometimes when we get afflicted by a particular emotion, a material emotion, then it's difficult to come out of it. And the same is with spiritual emotions. And these spiritual emotions is what nourishes our sentiments, divine sentiments towards the absolute truth. And this spiritual emotions uh, ultimately, are, eternal. They, they, they are the life what we live, a life of emotions. And in material life also these emotions are there, but these emotions, are springing from the mind, bhavanae, as they manifest from the mind, and they bind us in the material world. But the spiritual emotions are what nourish our devotion uh, of the jiva and in relation to the Supreme Lord. So that's the difference. This is an instance of being emotional from hearing a tumultuous sound. Okay. Agnijo. Agnijo means because of fire. Let's see. Avega rising from. O Krishna with peacock feather, Shikandi Shekara, see the fire, Pashya Vahani, making a constantly ferocious sound. Kharam Munjan Akhanda Dwanim. It is touching the Mandakini river of Swarga with its long flames. Dirgabhi Sura, Dirga Kambo Laharim, as if sipping its waters. Archabir Achamati. You are jewel which protects the life of your friends. Samasta suhridam tvam prana raksha manim. See you standing in the midst of the deep forest. Samiksha nivide tishtantam antarvani. In order to protect the cows, gavya gauravataha. Our hearts have become bewildered. Dhira vyagra jani. No. So this is when there was a forest fire. The Gopas are speaking now. See this forest fire. It's so ferocious. What is the sound it is making? And it's touching the Swarga river, Mandakini, with its long flames. And it's as if sipping the water. So you are money, you are the jewel. Please protect our lives. So that's what they are praying here. Gavya means all the cows. Prabhupada, when there was a forest fire in Vrindavan, all the cowherd men assembled together and desperately appealed to Krishna for protection. This is an instance of emotion caused by fire. You know, as I was mentioning, emotions is what we live. And why people go to do adventures. Sometimes people go to a roller coaster, and from the roller coaster they come up and they can see, they're shouting, and they're experiencing those emotions, and that's why they take the risk. Recently somebody sent me a short clip where parachuting, on a raft, small kind of a boat. uh, you sit in the parachute and the rope is let out, and the boat is moving and the parachute is moving and it is held by the rope. And all these experience of emotions you're going through, while flying in the sky in the parachute, suddenly what happened was the rope cut off and they slipped and fell. you know so why do people take risks? Because they want to experience those emotions. So these emotions, the real emotions are the emotions of devotion in relationship to Krishna. And all these intense emotions are also there in the Krishna Leela, you can see there. You know, and that intensifies our attachment, affection, and devotion to Krishna. But these emotions, what we experience in the material world, these become a cause of fear, anxiety. These actually, the more deeper you experience these emotions, the more, it can have kind of impact on your consciousness, which can be long lasting. Sometimes, even in this life, somebody has pained you a lot, or you have gone through uh, a different kind of experience in life with some things or some events or with some people or some kind of people. And then that emotion stays on, and your attitude towards things or those peoples, you have a subjective prejudice, you can say, towards things. So but in the bhakti also there are these intense emotions which nourish our devotion. That's the difference. Vatajo, arising from wind. Okay, when Trinavrat Tandavacharya Charyam. making a terrifying sound. Vata vrate karishan kashattara shikare, endowed with great strength to uproot large forest trees. Brahad atavi kuton mathi shaur tirnya punje, spreading clouds of dust. Shakare, carrying cow dung, dust, grass, and stones. Pamshu, prarabdhe, ketava, began to sway the branches of Bhandira tree. Bhandi Rodhand Shaka Bhuja Tatishu Ghate. Yashoda, the wife of Nanda. Vrajapati Grihini, not seeing a son. Apreksha Putram Pasha. Krishna. Jata Karishno. On the ground. Kashauyam became overcame became overcome with great confusion. Some Brahmamati. So this is Trinavat when it came, the whirlwind, and it was uprooting large forest, and its dust was carrying cow dung, dust, grass, stones, even stones. And the Bandira one trees were swaying. Then Yashoda could not see her son on the ground. Then she overcame with confusion. This is the description of the action of the Rakshasas. Shakara means sand and stones together. It means filled with gravel. It is derived from Sharkara. By lengthening the A, it takes a possessive meaning filled with gravel. This is something to do with Sanskrit. Prabhupada, the whirlwind demon called Trinavat once carried Krishna off from the ground and blew him around along with some big trees. Can you imagine? The tor hurricanes, this, can cause this. At that time, Mother Yashoda could not see a son, and she was so disturbed that she began to walk in this way and that. This is an instance of emotion caused by severe wind. So the emotion was Vataja. That emotion was caused because of the Vataja. Varshajo, Yatashi Dashami. The cows and the other animals, Pashavo, shivering, Jata Vepana, from the excessive rain and wind, Atya Sarati Vatena. And the cowherd men and the ladies, Gopa, Gopascha, pained by the cold, Sitartha, all approached Lord Govinda for shelter. Govindam Sharanam Yayo. So this is just before Krishna lifted the Govardhan, or during the Govardhan pastime when the Samvarta clouds were sent. Yathava, another example. Showers of rain, Vrishti Dhara, along with hail, Uru Karakabhir, are falling profusely. Pratidisham Iha Goshta Patanti, just like dews from the foreheads of elephant. Shamam Danti, Shunda, Sapinda. The young men have become confused. Ajani Sata, Yuvano Appi Akulas. You are just a boy, Tvam tu bala, therefore do not try to go out of the house. Putam asi tad agranan ma sma bhur niri yasu. So I think this is again from the 10th canto only. However, Krishna could go to Govardhan in the rain without getting wet. Sorry. Just as he had transferred himself and the cowherd boys from the forest fire to the Bandira tree safely. Krishna, wanted to go to Govardhan because it started heavily raining, but he could go without getting wet. And the example is just as he had transferred the cowherd boys from the forest fire to the Bandira tree safely. Prabhupada, in the 10th canto, 25th chapter, verse 11 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a description of Indras causing severe torrents of rain at Vrindavan. All the cows and cowherd boys became so afflicted by the wind and cold that they all gathered together to take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna. This is an intense emotion caused by severe rainfall. There were severe torrents of hail when Krishna was staying in the forest of Vrindavan, and the elderly persons bade him. Krishna, don't you move now. Even persons who are stronger and older than you cannot move. And you are just a little boy, so please stay still. This is an intense, this is an instance of emotion caused by heavy hailing. So heavy hailing is there and heavy rains both. Utpada jo yata from calamity. Being perplexed, Yashoda said, the broad earth, Shitir, Ativi Pula, is suddenly shaking. Talatte akasmat. In the sky, Upari, meteors, Ulka, are making terrifying sounds. Guranti cha hanta ghoram. My young boy, Mama Shishur, has now just now gone Atah Titi Aduna to the bank of Yamuna, contaminated with the poison of Kalia. Ahi Dustarka Putri Tatatam. Ahi is, snake. What should I do? Kim Atra Koryam. What should I do now? So there is a calamity which has come upon. And I was mentioning how when Krishna was in the coils of the Kalia, mother's, Mother Yashoda, when she sees this, her Stahi Bhav goes to a huge intensity, like a wave rising in the tsunami, in the ocean. And this is what is called as the Vyabhicari Bhav. Just at this time, Aduna Krishna had gone. Atatiti. Talati or Twalati means it was disturbed by shaking. In an untimely manner, meteors were visible in the sky. So Mother Ishata thought that this is an inauspicious sign. This suggests an eclipse of the sun which made it dark enough to see the meteors. Guranti means that the meteors made a terrifying sound. Prabhupada, when Krishna was chastising Kali in the poisonous waters of the Yamuna, Mother Yashoda began to speak emotionally. Oh, see how the earth appears to be trembling. There appears to be an earth tremor, and in the sky tears are flying here and there. My dear son has entered into the poisonous water of Yamuna. What shall I do now? This is an instance of emotion resulting from natural disturbance, calamity. Gajo yata. From now, elephant. Aveg are from 8 types. This is the last one, I think. O Sham Sundar, Mudira Sundar He. Flee quickly, flee quickly. Twaraya. There is a terrifying elephant. Apasara Parasara Guru in front of you. Purata Kari. Because of your sweet glances, Bridhim Vikshanatastava, the fickle hearts of us, Nas Chalam Hridayam, Mathura woman, Puri Yoshitam, have become completely disturbed. Avijate. So, in what context this pastime is discussed, I don't know. Let us see what Prabhupada has to say. Okay, there is another verse before Rupa Goswami is explaining something before that. Let us see that. By mentioning elephant, Gajena, other wicked animals, Dushta Satvonya, such horses, Pashvadir, should be understood as well. Upalakshate. Yeah, there can be other animals also which can cause these intense emotions. Okay, Jiva Goswami's commentary. Dushta Sattva means any wicked animal. Okay, there is no much explanation even by Prabhupada. There is another example. O mother, Mata, the horse demon Keshi, Chandam Shash, Chandam Shosh, blinds the heavenly damsels of Indra, Drag Andakarana, Surendra Sudrisha, by raising the dust in the stables with his hooves. Goshtodunitae Pam Shubhi, by shaking his mane, Shatagra Nataner, he whips Ahatya, the horses, Turangan, pulling the chariots of the sun and makes them flee away. Vidravayan. But let the demon horse, Suraripur, Garvandanam, Arva Kritir, come towards me. Pratyashi Dato Matpura. My long arm is ready for him. Draghishte muhur atra jagarti bujhe. Why are you so disturbed? Vyagrasi mata katam. So this is again calamity. Sorry, for other animals now. Keshi. Seeing Keshi, no? The ferocious horse demon. And it is coming, and people are fleeing away. But Krishna is saying, let it come towards me, and my long arm is ready, you don't be disturbed. That's what it is saying. Yes, there was one question. Yes, Prabhuji. Shubha Ikshana Krishna Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I think the last verse is
1 second.
when
I'm not able to hear. Maybe I have to change my. Yeah,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Am I audible now?
it's very clean.
Yeah, Prabhu. I think the last verse 7:3 for that elephant is when Krishna is entering the arena of Kamsa. Is what Prabhupada explains in Nectar of Devotion. I think that paragraph.
Okay, so maybe it might be because I somehow maybe missed that part to insert from the summary study.
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Must be, yeah.
Shall I read it, Prabhu, if you don't mind?
Pardon?
Shall I read it?
Um, 1 second. Let us see. Hello.
7:3.
7.3.
Yes, Sir Prabhu.
What is
2.4.7. Kajo Yatha, as we were reading.
2.4.73
7:3.
is the verse.
Yes, Prabhu. A Vega rising from elephants. O Sham Sundara, flee quickly, flee quickly. That is there in
Yeah,
Bhakti
but
Rasamrita.
where does Prabhupada mention in the summary study? That I would like to
Yes,
know.
Prabhu. Page number 281. In the arena of Kamsa, when Krishna was attacked by big elephants, all of the ladies present began to address him in this way. My dear boy, please leave this place immediately. Please leave this place immediately. Don't you
Yes.
see, friends?
Yeah, somehow I think while adding the slides, we forgot to add the Prabhupada's. This is which chapter in the Nectar of Devotion summary study?
Yes, Prabhu. I'll just tell this is under the heading intense emotions only in this chapter 29 expression of love for Krishna, page number 281. Page
Humility,
chapter
intoxication,
29.
proud, apprehension, intense emotion में आता है ना ये?
Yes, Prabhu. हाँ, intense emotion का 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11th paragraph, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes, I got it. Yes, so somehow it was missed, I think, while inserting the slide. So I will share with you all. Yes, I also got it. Yeah, in the arena of Kamsa, when Krishna was attacked by all the ladies present there began to address, my dear, Lord, please leave this, please leave this. Don't you see the big elephants coming to attack you? Your innocent gazing upon them is causing us too much perturbation. Krishna then told Mother Yashoda, my dear mother, don't be perturbed by the appearance of elephants and horses that are so forcibly coming and raising dust, causing blindness to these lotus-eyed women. Let even the Keshi demon come before me. My arms will still be adequate for victory. So don't be disturbed. And this is Kalia, which we already discussed. Kalia, we already
Yes.
discussed. Maybe, yeah, both together are put here. Yeah, both together are here. So both together are put now. That is elephants, and then the second example, Keshi. After that, after Jiva Goswami's commentary, it is there in the slides also. Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, since my long arms are constantly alert for killing such demons, do not be disturbed. Sarvarishta Hare Atra. This arm which takes away all misfortune is sometimes seen instead of Dragishta Muhuratra. Prabhupada. In the arena of Kamsa, when Kamsa was attacked by big elephants, all the ladies present, we just now read this. Then Krishna told Mother Yashoda, you know, about even Keshi demon. So both the examples are together dealt. So we have dealt now. Disturbance arising from enemies. Arijo. Ari means enemies from Lalita Madhav. Here the lowest demon Shankachuda, sturdy in body, with arms long as tall trees and chest broad as a mountain plateau. What a match for the beautiful child resembling Cupid, soft as a bud of a new Tamala tree. Is there no skillful person here to help us, O Queen of Raja? Ha Goshteshwari, I cannot understand. Na jani mahe, where all the results of your austerities have gone today. Ki drig adya tapasam pakas tavon milita. So, arising from enemies, now this is Prabhupada. In the Lalit Mata, a friend tells Mother Yashoda, how wonderful is that when Shankachuda demon, vast and strong as a great hill, attacked your Cupid like beautiful sun. There was no one present in the Vrindavan to help, and yet the demon was killed by your little son. It appears to be due to the result of severe penances and austerities in your past lives that your son was saved in this way. So that is the beauty of Krishna Leela, that although Krishna shows his Aishwarya, but the Madhurya of the Vraj Bhaktas, whether they are in Sakya, Vatsalya, Dasya, or Madhurya Ras, is so intense and deep that it completely covers the Aishwarya. And the Aishwarya never comes up, although Krishna shows in killing his demons and all. Yatava Tatraiva. Another example. When Krishna stole Rukmini at the Swayamvar, the kings spoke to their servants. My horse, chariot, elephant, bow, quiver, and sword are here. What fear do I have? You should be quick. The lusty cowherd has stolen the daughter of the king. In repeating the words as a rati, he, rata, etc., there is no redundancy. The words are repeated in order to convey the words of many kings. In the same Lalita Madhav, there is an account of Krishna's kidnapping Rukmini in her royal marriage ceremony. At that time, all the princes present began to converse among themselves, saying, we have our elephants, horses, chariots, bows, arrows, and swords. So why should we be afraid of Krishna? Let us attack him. There is nothing but a lusty cowherd boy. He is nothing but a lusty cowherd boy. He cannot take away the princes in this way. Let us all attack him. So this is uh, disturbance arising from enemies. So one was a demon, and these are the kings in the Rukmini Haran Leela. This is an instance of emotion caused by the presence of enemies. Okay, now after giving all the examples, then Rup Goswami in this verse uh, mentions Karika means explanation of something regarding Aveg. Aveg abhas evayam parashaya tapi chet नायोत्कर्ष बोधाय तथाप्य अत्र निदर्शित though tatapya the above example is actually only an abhas of aveg avas aveg abhas evayam being a sentiment of aveg in non-devotees taking Krishna as an enemy parasya shaya tapa chet because it reveals the superior nature of Krishna. Nayak Utkarshena Bodhaya, it is given as an example. Atra Nidarshite. So the Aveg explained in this example of the kings. The kings are showing Aveg against Krishna. It is not the Aveg which is manifested by the eternal associates in who are in rasa with Krishna. Because Vyabhicari Bhav is that means they have Sahi Bhav and all the Samagri Bhavs combine and give rise to rasa. And this is only possessed by the eternal associates who are having loving relationship with Krishna, but the enemies don't have. So the enemies are being described And that is why it is called as Aveg Abhas. It is Aveg. This is an example of only an Abhas of Aveg, being a sentiment of Aveg in non-devotees, because these are the kings who are not devotees and they are taking Krishna as an enemy. But because it reveals the superior nature of Krishna, it is given as an example. So that's the clarification. Clarification is in a karika. Karika means explanatory verse. You might, have this question at how this is Aveg. So that is explained by Rup Goswami in this Karika verse 2478. Jeev Goswami. Here it is understood that by hearing about demons being defeated by Krishna's party, the devotees become joyful and their rati increases. For this purpose, such example are given. So the Avega is coming from the non-devotees, but the devotees, they rejoice. Oh, Krishna has kidnapped Rukmini. Prabhupada. Srila Rupa Goswami is trying to prove by the above examples that in relationship with Krishna, there is no question of impersonalism. All personal activities are there in relationship with Krishna. So Prabhupada doesn't touch much upon it in the Aveg. So any questions up till now about Aveg? About the 8 examples in Aveg? We are just quickly going through this. Of course, we are trying to understand these emotions, what the eternal associates feel. And we have some experience in the world of these emotions and how these emotions, are, keep us locked in material existence and cause so much of anxiety and fear, and that always is there in our consciousness. So any questions or any clarifications up till now you have? Okay, so we'll go now to the next one. After Aveg, then it is Unmada. Unmada. Unmada is in 79. Unmada. Okay, so we have to cover 33 Vyabhicari bhavs, and that goes on till verses 190. So almost another 110 verses. So quite exhaustive it is, all the examples given. So we'll try to go through them and then further understanding of Vyabhichari Bhava will come. Unmada Rid Brahmana Praudhanandapada Viraha Dija अत्राट्टहासो नटनम संगीतम व्यर्थ चेष्टितम प्रलाप धावन क्रोश विपरीत क्रीडा क्रिया आदय. Confused understanding, Rid Brahma, caused by Ja means caused by extreme bliss, Praudanand, extreme bliss. Calamity, apad, separation, viradi is called unmad, insanity. Person because of separation can go mad. And in extreme bliss also, he becomes confused. And when calamity hits, you become confused what to do. In this state, the actions are loud laughing. Atra attahaso, attahas. Atra means in this. Attahas. Attahas means loud laughing. Dancing, natanam, singing, sangeetam, useless action, vyartha cheshtanam, prattling, pralapa, running, dhavana, shouting, krosh, and performing activities opposed to what is normally performed. Viparita kriya adaya. Unmad is defined as Rid Brahma. This is similar to Avek, which was defined as Chittasya Brahma, confused mind. The difference is that Unmad arises from extreme states and produces more extreme actions. So that is the technical difference between Aveg and Unmad. Unmad means madness. And it is heightened madness. And we all have experience in this material world how when people go mad, they do crazy things. You know, they drink like mad, people get intoxicated and start driving their vehicle and start driving at high speed because of that intense emotion. Crash, and that's it. All that emotions, you know, what it becomes, everything, that intense emotion they are going through, that high speed driving. And we have seen so many times in the newspaper coming about how people got intoxicated and they drive at high speed and have an accident and they're all killed. So that intense emotion what we desire to experience, that is there. But in Krish Leela, this Unmad, uh, it is called as Divya Unmad, divine madness. And this is what devotees should aspire for. Mad, as I said, we have to become either for Krishna or for Maya, or for Maya. Okay, so this is the difference between uh, Unmad and what is it? Avig. It is very intense and more extreme actions we do. Very extreme actions are done in you know, dancing like mad people. So, okay, let's go to the examples now. Tatra Praudhanandad Yata Karnamrite, Krishna Karnamrita. May Radha who, Radha, having surrendered her heart to Krishna, Achyut Datta Chitta, churned an empty yogurt pot, Mantanakam Vidadati Dadya Rikta Patre, purify Punato, the world Jagat. And may Krishna Devapi, whose eyes are like bees, Chanchala Lochana Alir, hovered upon Radha's breast, which are like flower clusters. Yasya Stana Stavaka, with mind absorbed in Radha, Ruddha Ridayo, and who began milking a bull. Davalam Doha, purify the world. Jagat Punato. So there is insanity arising from bliss. And this is from the Krishna Karnamrita of Bilvamangal Thakur. And Radharani was churning yogurt in an empty pot because of madness in her prem to Krishna. And Krishna, in his madness to prem in Radha, he was trying to milk a bull instead of a cow. So this is intense bliss madness. Prabhupada, Srila Bangal Thakur prays in his book as follows: Let Srimati Radharani purify the whole world because she has surrendered herself completely to Krishna. Out of her ecstatic love for him, she sometimes acted just like an adled person and attempted to churn yogurt, although there was no yogurt in the pot. And seeing this, Krishna became so enchanted by Radharani that he began to milk a bull instead of a cow. There are some of the instances of insanity or madness in connection with the love affairs of Radha and Krishna. Apad, calamity. What a calamity, Alam, when Krishna entered Hari Pravishta Haro in the lake of Kalia, Hridayam, Bhujaga, Bhairavam Hari, Yashoda, Vrajendra Girinihi, became insane, Muhur Brahmamayim Avastam Gata, and thinking the animals, Pashumapi, are knowers of mantra, Mantrika, folded her hands, Kritanjali, and began to offer them respect, Namatiti, thinking the trees were doctors, Tarun Api Chikitsaka iti, she asked them for medicine to counteract the poison. Vishaushadam Pruchati. So this is intense madness out of love. And do you know any other examples of these exhibitions of intense madness out of love? Anyone knows? Raise your hands. Let us see. These examples are there also in the Shastra. Yes, Priya Mataji. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself now. I have unmuted you. Okay. Any other? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Dhanwad.
yes, yes.
Yeah. The other day you showed some picture that Gopi is seeing the blue cloud, the blue.
And they
Cloud.
thought it is
Yeah.
Krishna, and yeah, that is out of fear of the bull demon. Yes, Chakram Prabhuji.
The famous example of Ram wandering, calling Sita Sita in the forest.
Yes, I was looking for this example. When Sita was taken away by Ravana, Ram went into such intense madness and he started asking the trees, have you seen Sita? This is heightened madness out of prema. Yes, this is a classic example. There's another also well-known example. Subha Ikshana Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhu, how about Sabri ke bear? Out of her intense love, she was doing the bear, but she was giving the seeds, like she was eating the bear. But it's not with the fear,
Yeah, this is a little, yeah, this is out of prema only. But in this
not in
context,
this context. Yes.
yes, not this. This is another classic example when Krishna left the Ras Leela and the gopis in madness were asking the trees, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? Going which way, They were asking. Yes, Geeta Mataji.
Actually, it is not from the Shastras, but in Shad Goswami Astakam,
Ah,
I think
yes.
in the last verse, they are telling na ke,
Hey Radhe, hey
where are
Vraj
you? Yes,
Devike, hey Nand
yes,
Suno
where are you?
Puta.
Yes, Prabhu.
And
Better.
for your kind information, when we come to this stage in our Krishna consciousness,
Hmm.
where our consciousness is absorbed in madness in searching for Krishna, then our
Yes, yes.
consciousness is actually merged in Krishna. We are in one sense merged, but of course the individual identity is there that we have to remember. That's when material existence is finished for us. That's when material existence is finished. We are completely have no consciousness of the body, existence of the body. Nahi deha smriti. So this is where we have to reach. That is the goal. So this is yes, Ashokatma, Vasudev Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, when Lord Krishna visited Vidura's house
Yes, that
temple,
also example is
and Mataji was giving instead of banana, she was giving the
giving the peel.
yeah
Yeah, that
peel.
is also an example very similar to Shabari,
Yeah,
but that is out of intense prema.
yeah.
Those exactly in this context, they are not fitting, but these are also examples. But in this context, those are like, calamity,
Hmm.
is what we are looking into. Yeah. From the animals, Yashoda asked with folded hands about the destruction of the snake's net. From the tree, she asked about medicine for destroying the snake's poison. Okay, Prabhupada. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that when Krishna entered the poisonous waters of the Yamuna, Srimati Yashoda Devi went insane. Instead of searching for curative herbs, she began to speak to the trees as if they were snake chanters. With folded hands, she began to bow down to the trees, asking them what is the medicinal herb which can check Krishna's dying from the poisonous waters. Just imagine this is madness. We have to come to this stage of madness, divine madness. Uh, From a material point of view, any person who is doing like this, you will consider him as a mad person. And he is a mad person in this material world and is in deep, deep, deep tamaguna. But same in relation to Krishna, this is deep, 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 divya satuguna. divya satuguna. That means, it's Vishuddha Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva it is. That's the difference. This is an instance of insanity caused by some great danger from separation. The gopis began to sing a loud song, voiced together. Gayanti Uchche Ramum Eva Sammata, and began to search for Krishna. I had given this example. In the various forests, like insane persons, Unmat Kavad, they began to inquire from the trees, Vanaspatim, about the person, Santam Purusham, who is inside Antaram and outside Bahir of all living beings, Bhuteshu, like ether, Akashavat. So this is from the Srimad Bhagavatam in the Rasa Panchadhyaya. This is a suitable example of insanity. They inquired from the trees about their lover Krishna. They asked the trees about Krishna appearing directly as the Lord who resides inside and outside of all moving and non-moving living entities like ether. So the gopis had the philosophical understanding that the Lord is antar bahir avastita. Such display arises because of special actions of gopis prema. Trees manifest Vishnu within the following way. Okay. वनलतास्तरव आत्मनि विष्णुं व्याजयन्त्यत्य इव पुष्पफलादया. The trees, Tarava, the creepers in the forest, Vanalatas, respond by becoming so luxuriant. And the fruits and the flowers, Iva Pushpafala, when they seem to be manifesting Lord Vishnu within their hearts. Since the manifestation of the Lord as being outside everything is far away from the senses to perceive, and since the manifestation of the Lord within is too close for the senses to perceive, in the state of madness, it seems sensible to ask questions to those who have no senses at all, such as the trees. So, what a logic. Manifestation of the Lord is outside. As being outside, everything is far away from the senses to perceive. And manifestation of the Lord within is too close for the senses to perceive also. So that's why the gopis in the state of madness, felt sensible to ask those who have no senses at all. That is the trees. How a devotee can be in a state of insanity because of ecstatic love is described in the 10th canto, 13th chapter, verse 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the gopis, 30th chapter, not 13, sorry. The gopis were searching for Krishna in the forest of Vrindavan. The gopis were loudly singing the glories of Krishna and wandering from one forest to another in search of him. They knew that Krishna is not localized but all pervading. He is in the sky, he's in the water, he's in the air, he's the super soul in everyone's heart. Thus the gopis began to inquire from all kinds of trees and plants about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is an instance of ecstatic madness on the part of the devotees. Okay, so I've gone past 8:15. We just started a little late. So 189th. This is last slide I'll take. 190. We'll start from the. Okay, now there is again an explanatory verse. Unmada pratak ukto yam vyadishu antarbhavan api yad atra vipralambado vaichitrim kurute param. Insanity, Unmad, could be included within sickness, Vyadishu, Antarbhavan api. However, it is described separately. Pratyak uktoyam, because in states such as separation, yat tatra vipralambado, it induces a unique variety of actions. Vaichitrim kurute param. Vyadishu means among different types of sickness. So in madness also, in the sickness, this is manifested, and he will describe it separately. That's what Rupa Goswami says. Okay, from here onwards, to 485, we will take up in the next class. So, any questions or clarifications up till now? I hope you're all little trying to dive into the life of the ocean of emotions experienced in the Bhakti Sagar. Yes, Bir Krishna Prabhuji.
Uh, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Prabhu, just one clarification. Like in Vibhav, we have Uddipan. So in case of the Vichari Bhava, the reasons to why this Vichari Bhava manifests, so these reasons can also be technically termed as Uddipan, or how it is?
Well, it is not described like that, by our acharyas. In relation to Vibhav, there is Uddipan with the Vishay Alamban as Krishna only, but that stimulates the Stahi Bhav, Vibhav. But Vyabhicari Bhavs are different. Vyabhicari Bhavs are as we had discussed in the definition, if you see, sorry. In the definition of Vyabhichari Bhav, it is made very clear that I'm just sharing this once again. The Vyabhichari Bhavs reveal themselves by words, by eyebrows, and other bodily parts. By words, Vag, eyebrows, and other Anga, and external actions, Anubhavas. So the external actions are Anubhavas, which arise from overwhelming emotions. Sattva Suchya. Since they set in motion, Sancharati, the course of Stahi Bhav. They are called Sanchari Bhavs. So this is how we have to stick to the definition of the Acharyas. Now, you are trying to say that that very scene of Krishna in the coils of Kalia, this is like Uddipan for the Vyabhichari Bhav, right? Bir Krishna, that's what you are trying to mean, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but that's not how it is mentioned because there is the Vibhav. There is the Vibhav Krishna there they are seeing, and there is the Stahi Bhav of the Vatsalya Ras, especially in the example of the Kalia coils, Krishna in the Kalia coils. But the Stahi Bhav goes to an intense emotion. And that intense emotion is the Vyabhichari Bhav, which embellishes the Stahi Bhav, and it is expressed through words. And you can see now in the words, in madness, they are asking the trees and all other bodily parts and all the external actions, which are the Anubhavas. And they set into motion the Stahi Bhav. That's why they are called as Sanchari Bhavs or Vyabhichari Bhavs. Okay, it was an interesting, thoughtful question, I can say. Okay, any other questions anyone else has? Somebody else also had raised their hand. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.